Hi.
Welcome back. We are coming at you from a new location. We wanted you to know we also have beds. Yeah, we have beds, we have pillows, we have chairs.
Yeah,
We have our own house. Yeah. Anyway, my name is Miriam Gabriel Paul.
And I am Awumarita.
And welcome to this episode of Hearty Conversations. We are so excited that you came back. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching the previous episodes, for liking them, for leaving your comments. Our hearts are full and overflowing with joy. And I think that takes us to the topic for today, which is, how do medications help with mental illness? Do they help?
I think they do.
How?
Okay. So, as you may or may not know, when someone has a mental illness, there is something wrong with the chemistry in their brain. It's not just we are getting these things out of nowhere. There is actually physiological processes that are not happening the way that they should. Anyway, I don't want to get into the science. We might get bored. People might just say, oh. Anyway, so because there are physiological and biological processes happening, when we give someone medication, we are targeting those processes. So different medications will have different mechanisms in which they affect your brain, and those medications will help taper down the symptoms of the disease that you have. Yes.
Yeah, but I've also noticed in regards to medication, some people will take it for like 6 months. A psychiatrist will say, for you need it for 6 months. Some people will not need it at all. They will refer you to see a therapist, and you work with the therapist and other coping mechanisms. While some people, the mental illness that they fight or struggle with is chronic, so they will need it for life. So different people require different attention when it comes to medication. So my next question is, what are the most common medications for mental illness?
So they are grouped into classifications based on what they do. So we have antidepressants, which are targeting towards patients who have depression. We have antipsychotics. These are for patients who have psychosis symptoms. Then we also have anti-anxiety medication. This is for patients who are anxious. And then we have mood stabilizers, which are mainly for people who have mood disorders, people who are bipolar, because they can switch quickly from one mood to another. So it kind of helps to calm them down, mellow them out. Yeah. And then we have hypnotics. Yes. Do you have anything you would like to add?
I just have a personal question.
Yes,
what
please.
medication are you on?
Oh, I take antidepressants and I take anti-anxiety medication. Those are the ones I'm on. Okay. I can tell you the brand. It's called Sertraline. It's very common. It's probably, I think it's first line. Yeah. It's not very common.
Why don't you ask me questions?
Oh, yes. I'm sleeping on the job. Please don't fire me. Please, I need that job. Yes.
Anyway.
What medications do you take?
I take antidepressants, antipsychotics, and I think some sleeping medication. Yeah. Is lorazepam an anti-anxiety med or
Yes, it is. It's anti-anxiety.
Anti-anxiety. Yeah. So there's this myth. You know, when you tell someone, I'm on medication, they immediately feel like you should be better, or your mental illness should go away. Is there truth to that? And also, do these medications cause more harm than good?
Well, most medications, most of them actually we can say every medication comes with side effects. So when we are prescribing medication, what we want to do is we want to see, does the therapeutic gain outweigh the side effects? So for example, they'll put you on a medication, and then we'll see, okay, because medications have side effects, so we'll see how are the side effects affecting you, and how the side effects affect me are different from how they affect Ree.
Yeah.
So it's, you can't say, oh, because Pearl swallowed the other one and then she did this, even me, that's how it will be. It works. We have to see it against, and then we keep trying different medication. The thing to do with time, like we said, there's some mental illnesses where you won't need medication. There's some where you'll need medication for 6 months. There's some where you'll need medication for the rest of your life. So the duration is determined by your psychiatrist, by your doctor, based off your symptoms and how you're presenting and whatnot, and also how you react once you're on the medication. So we have this thing where we can all Google and whatnot. Google is your friend, but the thing with Google is Google gives you a simplified understanding.
Yeah.
While your psychiatrist went to school and they actually learned that, when I take sertraline, it's a serotonin reuptake inhibitor. So it means there will be more serotonin in the synapse, and I know there's a lot of science behind it. So we are not discrediting Google. We are not saying Google is a liar, but we are saying Google simplifies it and might not cover the entire scope of the disease or of what the medication is doing for you.
Yeah. Also, if you've just started your journey to healing and your psychiatrist has recommended medication and it doesn't work, I know it can feel so overwhelming to be consistent with taking your medication and not feeling like you get the results. It's okay. It also takes a while to get the right combination that will work for you all around. I know it took me around 2 years to get the right combination. And then another thing I wanted to say, you said something at the end. Yes. When it comes to Google and all those things, I think it's very important to have a mental health professional guide you through what you're going through, because on the other side it might explain it simply, but then it might also overwhelm you when all the searches you're clicking on leads to death, leads to stroke, leads to so you having a mental health professional be there for you and guide you through these things is very important, because one of the mistakes I did when I was first diagnosed is I'm a knowledge junkie. So I went on the internet, looked for all these things, watched all the TED Talks, got books. By the time I was done, I was like, man, I can't live like this. I just can't do life like this. So I decided I was going to tap out. Hence my first admission as an inpatient. And now that I look back, I understand that it was very important for me to have a mental health professional work with me and taking this knowledge in bits. It's like how you in P1 and someone tells you, find pi. Like, only pie you know is food, man. So you're
meat pie?
All like I can begin with is 1 + 1 = 2. That day, eventually I won't be able to find pi in high school. I actually wasn't able to find it, but sciences were hard. But you get what I mean. So it's very important to do that. When should a person be concerned about their side effects to a medication? And what were your worst side effects so far given medication, and then when should someone be worried about their side effects?
The worst side effect I got was, it's like really bad nausea. It's like you're sick. I don't even know how to explain it. you feel like you want to puke everything, and then you feel it's like you fall sick. That's the only way I can say it. It was like I was like legit sick and I needed a hospital. I think that was probably the worst side effect, and that was for about a week, 2 weeks. Yeah. Also, there is the lack of sleep, because I take sertraline, like I said, and sertraline can mess with your sleep, so sometimes it's difficult for the sleep and whatnot. And then, of course, the weight gain. It's kind of like, I feel like most of the psychiatric drugs come with weight gain. Yeah.
Yo, I keep telling boys, like, I went to bed, I was 55 kilograms, and I woke up 85, and I was like, part of my side effects has been rapid weight gain. Like, I work out thrice a week. If I miss for 2 months, I keep telling people, I'll need someone to roll me down the street or roll me to go for occasions because I wouldn't be able to walk. Another thing is I got horrible constipation. Like, whenever I went to the toilet, I was assured I was going to bleed out. So I got that, and then my face started swelling and my body started swelling. I had the nausea. Yeah, I had the nausea. I think, and another side effect I had was a running tummy and loss of appetite. Like, I totally lost appetite and lost sleep. So that's why I'm on the sleeping medication to try and counter that. Because when I just take my medicine without it, I won't sleep. I can take 2 to 3 days. Like, and I'm just
Awake.
Awake.
Eyes open.
Yeah.
About how you can tell is, like I said, first of all, you need to speak to your doctor. If you're having, for example, if the side effect lasts for a very long time, because sometimes your body is adjusting. So once your body adjusts to the drug, the side effects will go down. So it's very important that you're having conversations with your doctor, with the mental health professional in your life. You need to be having conversations saying, oh, this is what happened, this is what happened. Because they have experience, they can know when a side effect is now becoming too much. But then also, your opinion matters as well. So if it's really stressing you out, talk to them, tell them, is there another option? Explore your options and see, so you can make the best decision with the most information. Yes.
Yeah, and when it comes to treatment, you are your best advocate. You are the one who knows what exactly is going on in your body and how it's going on. So as you have this conversations, advocate for yourself. When I sat down, I was like, I can do anything, but I need to have a medicine combination where I can go to the toilet and be kawa. I had to reach a part of advocating for myself, and my psychiatrist was like, I didn't know you were struggling with that. Imagine, I kept quiet for 3 to 4 months. Yeah, and he switched, and now my digestion is a little bit better. Yeah. Another thing I want to ask you, if your loved one has been prescribed medication and they do not want to take it, how do I go about it? How do I support them? Do I cane them? Do I insult them? Like, should I show them tough love? Like, how do I go about it? Because I've already bought this medicine, it's expensive, I'm taking it to see the doctor. Now you don't want to swallow. What do you mean you don't want to swallow?
I think step 1 is to have a conversation with them. Find out why is it that they are not swallowing their medicine. It could be a side effect that's messing with them and there's a need to change their medication. It could be that they don't know the value of their medication. It could be, it could be anything. So until you find out why, you just caning them, it won't help anyone. So step 1 would be finding out why. Then once you find out why, you can also involve their doctor or their therapist and say, oh, so she hasn't been taking her medication, what can we do, what options can we do, so it can help. Yeah. And then also I think another thing is you can, the what I want to say is make it fun, but I feel like that simplifies it. You can
put a reward system.
Yes, and also put a situation around where it's conducive for them to take their medication, where they don't feel like, oh, I'm the weird one who takes medicine every day, Sort of like present it in a way of this is to help you. While some people run every day, I mean, you can also run. I'm not saying don't run, but like, whilst, for example, people wake up and the first thing they drink is lemon. So for you, when you wake up, the first thing you do is you swallow your medicine. And that's just how your routine is. And just because my routine doesn't involve swallowing medicine, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. Yes.
So one of the important people in my life decided, okay, I already found them doing that. When I'm swallowing my medicine, they go and swallow their supplements. So it's really helpful. I feel like, we're swallowing stuff together. We're a community of swallowers of medicine.
No, but that can be it can be very helpful. Because sometimes you can have so many pills to swallow and get stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very important to do so. So I get this question a lot. People are afraid of getting addicted to their medication. Is there such a thing as getting addicted to your medication?
Certain medications can be addictive, yes. But I think a common misconception is that people think all psychiatric drugs are addictive. Not all of them are addictive. Some of them can be addictive. I think offhand, benzodiazepines are the ones which I'm thinking are most addictive. The other ones, I mean, I might be mistaken. You can feel free to chat in the comments. But not all of them are addictive. And of course, whenever you're being given a drug, the healthcare professional has researched the drug. They know whether the drug is addictive or not. They know the possible side effects, etc., etc. So that's why it's important to have a conversation with your mental health professional, because yes, some drugs are addictive, but they still have a beneficial help. So what happens is when you're given that drug, first of all, you're given it at a low dose, and there are systems in check to ensure that you don't get addicted to the drug. And of course, if you feel like you're dependent on the drug, or if it's something that you're worried about, you can voice that concern. You can tell your therapist, or you can tell someone around you, I'm worried, please can you keep my medicine for me? When it's time, just hand it to me and I'll swallow it. Something like that. You can put systems in place to protect you, especially when you're taking a drug that can be addictive. But not most of them. The misconception is that all of them are addictive, which is not true. Most of them are not.
Yeah, I take a benzodiazepine drug, but I think to me I don't want any more problems. Like, I have enough.
I get you.
I
really get you.
So if the doctor says 2 milligrams, it will be 2 milligrams. I'm not adding over 4. What? Even though the day is hard, because I already feel like I have this basket. I just can't add addiction. But also some drugs, like the side effects are so horrible. I do not even understand why someone would intentionally go and get ketamine on their own. I'm always like, whenever I leave the drip, I'm always like, never again. This hospital shall never see me. But I also understand addiction is a disease, and most people who are there did not intentionally want to be there. It's a disease like any other disease, and we'll have a conversation about it on the upcoming episodes. Yeah. And if you are getting off these meds, I believe you shouldn't just go cold Kentucky, because most times your symptoms will flare up again. But most times I think what they do is
they taper the dose.
They taper the dose until it goes down. Yeah, so for those taking your medication, please keep taking your medication. And also use any other tool you can to keep fighting this war. If meditation works for you, meditate. If praying works for you, pray. Go to prayer mountain, spend some 5 nights, take a sweater. If if being around friends works for you, do that. If going for therapy works for you, do it. Try other forms of therapy. There's not just one form. It's not just talk therapy. Go do art therapy. Go do music therapy. Go do all these forms of therapy that are available to us. In Uganda we only talk about talk therapy, but there are other therapy modules that have come up that would really, really be helpful for you on your journey to healing, even as you take medication.
Yes, and I also think that's something that's very, very important. While you're taking medication, your psychiatrist needs to be involved. Any questions should first be posed to your psychiatrist, because they are the ones who know your history, because they've been working with you from when you were diagnosed to when they decided to give you said medication, then when you got side effects, da, 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 da. So the first source of information should be that person. Yes. Before we go to Google, you say, oh, I had the other time when
my sister told me to
my
take
cousin, then they gave me the herb. Yeah.
to take this herb. I'm looking for the name of the herb. The other day someone was telling me a herb. You know those
I've never had a herb for mental illness.
you know those blackjack things.
Mekti.
Mekti, keep taking. I'm like,
For what?
You babe, first take a nice. You first take a nice if your mental health will improve. But yeah, I know holistic healing helps. I'm on a journey with holistic healing. My brain, my gut, trying to heal that because your gut affects your mental health. I'm trying out holistic healing this year. I'm doing everything possible, and I'm also still taking my medication.
Yes.
So, I think that was today's conversation.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, from us to you, we are sending you a lot of love and light. Thank you for being part of the hearty conversation. If you have a topic that you would want us to discuss, please let us know. If you have a guest that you would want us to invite, please let us know. And we will try our level best to bring these people into our bedroom.
We'll get a bigger bed.
We'll get a bigger bed.
Now that you know we have money, we'll get a bigger bed.
Color, bye.
Till next time.